Okay, this is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. This video here is a video. I'm going to talk about a comment that was made on one of my YouTube videos by what I think is a animal rights activist. And I'm going to start doing a few videos like this here, kind of for the animal rights activist, and you know, kind of bring a little reality to this. When I first read this comment, I was a little aggravated, and then the more and more I thought about it, the funnier it was. So I'm going to read it to you guys and talk about it just for a few minutes. I'll read you my reply at the end. So watch the whole video if you want to see my reply. Their comment, okay, word for word. Okay, check out mpanimalcare.com. It will be published very soon. That was a live link they put on there. I clicked on it. There's no website, so it's going to be published very soon. In a couple of years, MPAC will be a rescue and sanctuary. They will shoot deer with stun guns and safely bring them to sanctuaries. They will try their hardest to be as big as PETA, but better. They will try to bring you hunters to help. I'm reading it word for word. Murdering innocent animals is not okay. There's no such thing as overpopulation in deer. I'm reading it word for word. It's just an excuse to hunt. If you believe in overpopulation, then don't kill them. Safely bring them to less crowded areas. Hunting is how idiot rednecks fail at being macho. Excuse me. As word for word, guys. Website, live link. You can click on it. This comment's still up on one of my videos. I didn't erase it. I'll have to reply. Like I said, I'm gonna read it at the end. First of all, when I first read this, I was a little aggravated. I was like, you know, how dare this person leave this comment on my video? It's obviously a hunting video. It says deer hunting in the title of the video. Okay, there's no hunting. No animals were hurt in this video. It was me looking over aerial property. They left this comment to that. Okay, I was talking about managing a deer property. They left this comment. So, you know, so I got to thinking. And the more I thought about it, the funnier it sounded. You know, that you're going to take a person that obviously is a yuppie, city yuppie. Yeah, I got that from Duck Dynasty, from Phil. This person's obviously a yuppie. And probably their entire group of people they hang out with are yuppies. They probably can't stand hunters, obviously, because they just call them idiot rednecks. Hunting is how idiot rednecks fail at being macho. That's their words, okay? I'll read you my reply in just a second. But I got to think about this. This is hilarious. This would be absolutely hilarious. Somebody that has never, this person probably only seen 2 or 3 deer in their entire life, probably never stepped in the woods their entire life, and they're going to go out with a stun gun and stun a 200-pound animal that has hooves that are pointed at the end, and the males have basically knives on top of their head. They're going to stun them with a stun gun and move them to sanctuaries. Where the heck these sanctuaries are. Game and Fish already done that a long time ago. 50 years ago, deer numbers were almost non-existent, and they took them out of overpopulated areas and moved them into less populated areas, and they got to where they're overpopulated now in both areas and basically everywhere. That's why people are forgive me, I forgot. No, there's no such thing as overpopulated in deer. Okay, so forgive me on that. But there's a lot of deer in both areas. Okay, and they're running the habitat and all this in both areas, so that Game and Fish can't do nothing but up the up the limits in Arkansas, which is where I'm from. They have upped the limits every year. The number of deer harvested has went up every year, and there's been an incline in the amount of deer every year. So I don't know where in the heck they're going to put these deer. But anyways, I got to thinking how hilarious it would be, though, for someone that's never stepped in the woods to go out with a stun gun and try to stun gun a deer. It would be dangerous. Don't know where in the heck they're going to keep these deer. I don't know how in the heck somebody that's never been hunting in their life or don't... I mean, we're talking about somebody that may have never even stepped in the woods. You know, going to go out and stun gun a deer. I wonder what the range is on this stun gun and how long it's going to keep this deer stunned. You know, they're not like a dog. It's not going to wake up and go, oh yeah, great, it's a human. Oh, it's a nice human. This animal rights activist human here. I'm just going to chill. They're moving me to a safe place. Try that next time you're out there. Say, hey deer, I'm moving you to a safe place. Stand there. Let me stun you. And then when you wake up here in a minute in my vehicle or however the heck they're planning on transporting these deer to wherever they're going to transport them to. I guess they're going to put them in their yard. This person obviously lives in a very small world. Okay? They don't realize that in the United States there's millions and millions and millions and millions of deer harvested every year, and the number of deer keeps inclining. That's not counting the deer that die of disease and things like that, because the numbers are so high that there's diseases killing them, and the deer that starve to death because of harsh winter, because of overpopulation and lack of food, because they've ate all the food. Okay, it's not counting all that. We're talking about millions of deer accounted for every single year that are harvested by hunters. It's not counting the deer that's been killed by cars and all the other things. Okay, these people have a huge task on their hand. They don't realize. This person that left this comment lives in this little world. They may have seen one deer. Well, deer aren't overpopulated. I've only seen one. Obviously, they've never ran over one with their car. So anyways, go ahead and read you my reply. I thought it was hilarious. I'm going to start doing some videos like this. And I'm going to really start making them pretty comical. So if you guys have some animal rights activist comments you've seen or anything you've seen, email it to me. Go to my website at deerhuntingschool.com. On the upper right hand side you'll see it says email. My email's right there. Email me them comments, and I'm going to make videos of them, and they're going to be pretty hilarious. I've seen some that I could really make some hilarious videos out of it. And when I thought about this one, it was hilarious. So I'm going to start doing that. But anyways, here's my reply, and then I'm done. Okay, this is word for word. I am sure that you have studied deer for over 25 years like myself, and you know all there is to know about them. I don't know all there is to know about deer, but this person does. Okay? Obviously, they do. Because they're going to go stun them. Don't you, I said. Okay? I bet you know the cause of CWD, EDHD, what happens to the habitat that has too many deer on it. I even bet you know that what it looks like for a big buck that you've seen in Bambi to kill a doe on his own fawn by running his horns all the way through them. Don't you? I bet you dream of deer all over the place, even in your house and your neighborhood, living it up with us humans. And eating at McDonald's so they don't starve to death. You better go back to your little dream, because this is the real world. I bet you never thought of this. But this world can only hold so many humans. Maybe you need to worry about that instead of hugging animals you don't know anything about. I have a question for you. Where in the hell do you think they are going to keep millions of deer a year that must have something done with them so they don't overpopulate and starve to death? I have an idea. Let's stun 10 million deer this year and put them in your yard. I know they won't be overpopulated. You got to remember that there's no such thing as overpopulated in deer, so this person knows that, you know. So they didn't realize. I don't think they realized that the number of deer they were going to have to stun. So anyways, you guys can leave a comment below and tell them the rest of my comment. They only eat about 3 tons of food each per year. They're going to have a heck of a lot of food. That's all I got to say. And then I asked the last question, you ever take any math classes or just idiot redneck bashing classes? Okay? That was my comment, word for word. That was their comment, word for word. It's pretty hilarious if you really sit and think about it. What this person is proposing or what this person is saying they're going to do. The funding is going to be massive. Us hunters in America, we spend billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to harvest millions and millions and millions of deer that would weigh lots, a lot, and would eat a lot. Probably about 10 million deer. I don't know the math. I don't know. I haven't looked every harvest record. I just kind of gathered some that I've seen, but it's millions of deer. 10 million may be a little high, but I guarantee it's at least 5 million deer a year harvested, accounted for. Okay, so you got to think of that. So any of you animal rights activists that get on here and watch this video, guys, you have it's a lot bigger than a little stun gun. It's big. The deer are starving to death in places. They're overpopulated in places. They're dying of diseases all over America because of overpopulation and the transfer of diseases. And there's nowhere to put them. They're already trying to figure out ways to keep them from taking over habitat of other animals, or pushing white-tailed deer, or pushing other forms of deer out of habitat white-tailed deer shouldn't even live in. And they're trying to figure out how they can stop that, and they can't even stop that. So go stun away. So I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video here. Like I said, if you see comments and stuff like this, email them to me. You leave a little comment below. You know, maybe giving these guys some tips, because they're going to need some huge tips. We're talking about someone that's never hunted. Going to go out and stun a deer, or stun millions of deer. I wonder if they're going to sell a license for that. And then one other thing I've thought about is this here. If they send all of us hunters to hell and we're not here, then who's going to fund all the habitat improvements for these deer that are overpopulated? Who's going to fund all this stuff? I don't know. So for another video. Send me them comments of animal rights activists, because bringing a little bit of light to this, a little bit of reality, and it should give us hunters something to laugh at. Hope you enjoyed this video here. This is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. Check out DeerHuntingSchool.com for more tips, information, things like that on deer hunting. And you animal rights activists, you better start checking out DeerHuntingSchool.com yesterday for some hunting tips. Because basically, that's what you're going to have to do with your stun gun. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good day, and bye-bye.